kids.
And we're live. All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of illumiBeast Live. Ross is just getting some things set up, and joining me tonight, we have another illumiBeast insider, Warren Zendano. I think this is the first time Warren's been on the stream with us. We've had different insiders on from time to time, and I wanted to invite him on this week. I mentioned it last week. He had some neat ideas. So later when we get into the tips and tricks, he's going to talk about something pretty cool that he did that you've all seen if you've been on the stream over the last couple of weeks. But I'm going to have him walk you through it a little bit too. So Warren, take it away. Say hi.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Nice to be on. Sal, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
It's always fun, especially the last couple with Ross being on the road like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we have some other folks out there I want to say hi to. So we've got Brandon Sanders. I think, Brandon, maybe you were probably the first one on the stream tonight. So welcome. Thanks for being out there. And then we have Jesse Gerhardt, another one of our insiders. And I saw Don Cartier out there and Andy Ellis, as well as Martin B. Hey, Martin, how are you? And Paul Landry's out there. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to check us on TikTok as well and see who we might have out there, if anyone's following us from that part of the social media sphere. All right. Hey, Ross.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
See, hey, Warren, how you doing? Hanging with us tonight?
Yeah, doing well. How you holding up there?
Dude, I am, hate to say it, but I'm living the dream, man. This is a dream. In fact, I wish it was a dream. I'll tell you about that later. There's only little sleep involved in.
I can imagine. I'll be seeing you in a couple days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On Sunday in Knoxville.
That's right.
Very cool. Hey, Jem Friels, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight, as well as Zippo. Hey, Zippo.
Yo, yo.
Hey, Ross, you want to talk a little bit about where you're at? I will bring up the slides if you want.
Yes, 100%. Let's go.
All right.
All right. So day number 9, I'm in Dodge City. Get out of Dodge. I'm here in Dodge City, Kansas at the Dodge City Community College. Hunter gave me a great tour around campus. We went, visited some stuff, checked it all out. It was really great, man. I'm getting to see all kinds of great pieces of America and meeting amazing people and having interesting experiences and getting to project on some cool stuff every night.
Yeah, I've been watching all of the clips, and for everybody out there, if you haven't been checking out the video clips, there is a whole playlist on YouTube. I know the social media team's been posting some of them on Facebook and other social media outlets. Check them out. I mean, they're educational too. Like, I love the one, I think it was it day 5 maybe, with the Saddle Factory? I thought was just an amazing episode. I mean, they're all great, but that was one that really stood out to me because I felt like, oh, I'm learning a little bit about this place as well. So it was very cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of, that's my mission, is to be more focused on the places in America, the people, and then use this art form that we have of doing some projection and injecting things on there and experimenting. So part of this is absolutely that. It's a little bit of just very selfish in that I get to just go enjoy the whole country or a good chunk of it. And then it's also very much an R&D trip where we're putting this machine to the test, breaking it in all sorts of fashions and ways, and exposing it to things like, oh, I didn't think about that. So that as we're pumping out the rest of these units that we're doing, it's just going to be right on the money and ready for installers to go rent out there and take it to the world.
So Ross, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions about that? I mean, what it's like? If we have time. I mean, how's this electric vehicle? How's the charging going? I mean, do you have to charge every day? How's that been?
Oh yeah, when you do long trips, you charge multiple times on a route. You know, the max range is about 300 miles. I never hit the max. It's always within P stops. You know, it's a certain bladder wattage for me. You know, how much can your bladder hold? And I'm older, so it's not very much. No, but you don't think about it. You just tell the truck where you want to go, and then it just takes you there. And it will stop where it needs to stop, and you charge and you take a break. And to this trip was the first exception to that. So I'm in a part of the state where there's just not a Tesla supercharger in range. It's very, very rare. There is a destination charger, and so I'm just gonna have to hit a little bit slower charger to get juiced up to go back to hit a full supercharger. First time in 9 days, and it's a rare spot where they haven't done that. Other than that, it's been a non-brainer.
How long does it take to charge?
It depends on the stop. Sometimes it's 20 minutes on average, sometimes 30, sometimes 40. This truck has a much bigger battery, I think, to get the same kind of range. So I have a Model 3 at home, and this one takes a little larger, but again, it's been 15 minutes here, 20, 30 minutes here, sometimes 40. Sometimes I really like those because I really need to catch a nap, or I'm on a call, or I don't even notice. This is like, for me, this is like a mini office. I'm able to operate here, just get stuff done, and it's doing all the driving, so it's just very stress-free.
I noticed that in one of your videos, you're talking, and I could see the road kind of going by in the windows, and you're moving your hands, and it's just driving. I thought that was
dude, it would be brutal to do this much driving all the time and have to actually watch the road. I'm spoiled in that case. Tesla is just taking really good care of me, and so I put that thing in autopilot and don't think twice. I check and make sure things are good, but it's a better driver than I am by far.
So we're getting a couple questions from the chat. Zippo's asking, how's it going with the heat factor and the projector? How's that with the vehicle?
It's been fine. I thought so. Funny, in Phoenix, when we did the Phoenix show, projector kept kidding out. And I said, well, it's got to be this Phoenix heat. It's killing us out here. It turns out, though, in my prototyping, I bumped a wire back there, and that shut the fans off. And so when I did that, we weren't getting any cooling in that unit up there in the enclosure. And so that was abruptly popping that out. To fix it, we took the top off and set it right on this glass roof, right? And so it's just open top. Well, that fixed the problem with the fan, but it created another stupid issue on my part. This right here. You see that? This guy right here? That's Starlink. That's a Starlink suck. It's right up on the glass, and so that's how I'm talking to you. I have high-speed internet everywhere I go from satellite. Well, we put the cover on top of this. So then that shut down my internet. So I'm like, what the crap's going on? It's not working. And like, oh, okay. Don't put stuff on the glass. It's not good, right? So these are the experiences I'm learning. So I can create a really good user manual and stuff. I'm like, all right, installers, when you're going to go rent these, do this, whatever, and you're responsible for this vehicle, don't put stuff on the top. And of course, we'll get the wiring stuff really knocked down. But
hey, Ross, when it's not deployed, when it's all the way down, is there like a trunk lid that goes over it? What's it like when it's actually put away?
It's called the vault, is what they call it. It's a tonneau cover, and it's like a vault. So it deploys down, and then this tonneau cover just retracts and locks it up. You can't get in. It's like super. You can walk on it. You can jump around on it. It's not. And so usually when these are going to do on a rental at like we're going to do down in Orlando at a big building for a month, it's going to retract, pop up, run the show for as long as it runs. When it's done, reposition, lock back down, close up, and it's done for the night. And it stays secure and locked up, and it's all the way tight. Everything's locked and secure. And then the next night at the right time, tonneau cover opens, it goes back to its exact locked in position from last time, rerun the show, and rinse and repeat for 30 days in this case, 31 days.
So all automated. That's really very cool. Hey, so we have another person out there, Paul Crandall, out on the chat. welcome, Paul, is asking,
Paul?
what's your favorite stop so far?
I shouldn't say. I'm just going to tell you, man. If you watch the one in St. George, Utah, that was 2 days ago, I think. That blew me away. So the people of St. George, the city of St. George, reached out. That we put an invitation to a lot of cities and says, "Hey guys, the Beast is going around. You're welcome to request it." Well, they jumped on it. It fit my route. There's a lot of other requests, a lot of people asking, and I can't get to all of them, and I'm very sad about that. But St. George worked out perfect. I contacted them. They were excited. They put out a Facebook post right then and says, "Hey, the Beast is coming to our city. We're going to put it on the Opera Hall." We had another building in mind, but it was too much glass. The old Opera Hall is what we shot it on. And they put a post out. So I get there, I get set up, I get a tour. Mark gives me this great tour. I got some of the history. That's the episode you liked. I love that one. I got to learn and share that with all of the viewers. And then I'm setting up and a car pulls up and another one and another one. And then like 50 to 70 people, I don't know, a bunch of people show up, bust out their lawn chairs, and they're ready for a show. There's no show. Nothing. There is a illumiBeast. There is a photo that I just took, and I did have some logos that I downloaded and prepped because we wanted to do some logo work on the building. But like, they're here for a show and there isn't one, and the pressure is on. Right? And I'm like, holy crap. But I'm very confident in the technology and everything else, and I'm like, all right, let's go. So we whipped out the stock, the American flag, the fireworks, the America 250 ribbons. We busted those out, and the people, the city folks that invited me, they were very gracious. They're like, let's have fun. Let's have fun on the building. And so we open mic'd it to the community, and the community and us together on the fly created a show on the building right then. And they were coming up in lines and making prompts, and dude, I have never worked my thumbs so fast on that. illumiBot was getting the burn test, man. I was flipping, like, all right, that prompt, next prompt, boom, click, 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 and trying to get them out as fast as I could, and then animate and run it and all that stuff. And every night, and I'd throw some stuff on there, and then I'd do like this giant tortoise. Someone wanted a tortoise. And I said, all right, tortoise with an American flag shell. And man, when that came up, the whole crowd went, yeah, and started clapping. I'm like, whoa. And you put the Blue Angels on that, yeah. And you put something very America, yeah. Starry Nights with an American flag, yeah, woohoo. You'd get this reaction, and it was such a community crazy thing. And then the mayor comes out, and he's like, hey, and let's do some cowboy prompts. And I'm like, yeah, bro, let's go. And so me and the mayor are chilling, prompting on the building. Dude, the people were awesome. It's just so... that whole thing, and the building was also perfect, right? It was magic, man. So far, I loved them all. That was a lot of fun. A lot of pressure, a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Paul Landry says, between the Cybertruck and the Starlink, he can't believe you haven't gotten a call yet from Elon.
Well, I got Starlink, I got Cybertruck, I got Grok. Grok Imagine's one of the API engines. If I can go ahead and get my Neuralink to incorporate, like if I get the API connect to Neuralink and we can go do a tunnel, then we'll have the whole, we'll be close, right? Let's just get a Starship in there and we'll be rocking.
All right. Projection mapping on Starship as it takes off.
Yes.
There you go.
This has been discussed.
Oh, boy.
You can dream, right? One can dream.
That's right.
One of the other things I wanted to ask you about, you talk about, and I know like the top, the projector can kind of rotate. How far can it go? Can it go 90 degrees on either side, or what? So that you could park alongside and then.
It's funny you ask. I need to come back here really quick. So here I am. By the way, I'm on location. I'm doing two things at once. So if I get a little distracted, I got to light this building up here. I've got a few people here to come watch at the same time.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and you see the tonneau cover comes down.
Up, there it is, yeah.
Right, back it up. So that's the tonneau cover comes down. I'm going to pop this out. And so power, here's why the Cybertruck, I'm going to do a series on the top 10 reasons why the Cybertruck is the ultimate illumiBeast machine. I got 240 volt power right here. Jack that sucker in. And here's the illumibot right here. All the electronics. We've got a whole wiring mechanism and stuff in here that's cooking. This will all get super, done. Once the prototype's proven it's working, we'll do some good wiring on there. Up top, we've got the turret, and I control everything from my phone. So I'm gonna close this up. I'm trying to talk to it, and like it's not talking. So, also I had this super jacked up earlier, but another thing I can do is I can deflate the air out of the shocks. They're all air ride shocks. I can drop it. They're not all the way down, but I can drop it down like a low rider, so I have zero movement. If you go get in the car or move it, you don't mess with the projection on there. Another
wow,
the ultimate machine. But the turret can go 360. It can keep going if I want it, but I got wires in there, so I can go 360 around that way, and then I've got here we go, and then I've got tilt up and down here I can do. And a future model, I want to be able to flip this a full 90 degrees so I can get tall buildings in a single leap. Jump tall buildings in a single leap, something like that. On the back is a 15x zoom camera that can deploy and pop up. I'm going to get rid of that because it's just not, it's overkill. And I learned something on the Phoenix, Arizona one. So when you're using the short throw bulb lens, you got to be like inches from the lens, right? Like right below it. You cannot even be like a little higher. You got to be right there. Because I took a picture here, and you'll never match. If you have a very in-depth image, with a lot of depth in your structure, you're not going to match it. It's not going to happen. But so I had to take the photo from like right here, just right below where the light was. And then I can get a perfect layout. Paul Landry, if you're listening, that is exactly the issue you had at your house. When I went to Paul's house, and we did some jam session on his house. Taking the photo from like inches, like a half an inch from the light stream, gives you the ability to lock in on that depth. So learning, all this stuff is just great learning in the field, and stuff that we can do with the team to automate and remove friction. That's our mission. illumibot's mission is to remove the friction in projection mapping, bar none, period. End story.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing some of that with everybody. I want to say hi to JC from Puerto Rico. JC is one of our regulars out there. And out on TikTok, we've got Rocket Lighting. So, hey, Rocket Lighting, thanks for joining us and listening in tonight. So, Ross, let me ask you, you're still working on setting things up. You want to run into any, you know what? Why don't we talk about the tour? Why don't we get to the next page before you run off, and we'll talk about the tour a little bit.
Well, I don't have to run off. I'm literally doing it from the cab of this truck.
Oh, nice.
So I am, let's see, check this out. I'm in my office. It's nice and air conditioned in here. It's dry. And that's my target. And I can control everything from my phone right there. So all the controls, all the mechanics, all the robotics and stuff are just controlled right here. I just turned on the projector using that button. So I'll be here chilling with you. I'm just, doing two things at once.
Fantastic. All right. Well, let's just talk about where you're going next. What's coming, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's do a really quick recap if we can. So day one, I hit. Where did I go day one? Oh yeah, Texas. So Texas was really fun. I had a lot of installers that I think we had three or so showed up. They were like getting business. Folks were like, "Hey, can I get your number? I'm interested in this and that." Some of it's even Christmas lighting business or whatever else, but it kind of attracts. This thing is a giant magnet for sure. So had some fun, and that's when we picked up the green olive.
Yeah, that was in New Braunfels, right?
Is that how you say it? New Braunfels. That's right. Yeah.
Dude,
that was so great.
Remember, day one was your nemesis, was the water tower.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, memory. So that was day two. Day one was I settled an old score for sure. Day three, we went from there to San Antonio to El Paso, Texas.
El Paso. Yep.
Yeah, and did my sister's house, and we stayed up till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning because it's just one more prompt. That was a lot of fun. Day 4 was, of course, 4th of July with my family. Day 5 was the saddle company. Loved that one too. I did love that one too because I got more of that story feel and the backstory. We got to prompt from the story. Then we went to Phoenix, Queens Creek, and that was pretty cool. You know, I did a side, I think it's in the video, but I did a little side quest and did my brother Mark's house just by myself in the dark, right in front of his house. He had a giant street light just shining on the house, and that was like, no, that's just kind of a killer. It still worked. And then, of course, St. George we talked about, and then we did. So we'll talk about last night. The new video that's coming out from last night is where I went to. We talking about night? Can we talk about last night? Is that one of your slides?
I don't have it on here. Yeah, I don't have it on here.
Okay.
Talk to it.
Well, look, last night I got to do. I did a double header, and in fact, I just finished getting all the video footage over to my team. I did a double header. I went to a horse ranch, and we hit a big horse thing with some horses that were in there. That was fun, really cool. And then I went to Red Rocks Park and Amphitheater, where some major concerts happen, like some big names go to that concert. Dude, that was awesome.
That place is cool.
I was, when I first started, and it'll be in the video, but I tried to go too big. I tried to use a bulb ultra short throw lens because it was a big, massive rock formation. And I got it covered, but like anybody who tries to put too much projector, try to get too much coverage with not enough lumens, you're not going to have that wow factor. I could see what I was doing, but it was like, the black and white ones popped much better but any kind of color was washed out. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to film and illustrate that you can't cheap it out. You can't get cheap on me, Dobson, from, as I quote, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
So I swapped the lens. I went for a smaller subsection of the rock formation, bumped the lumens way up, and then we had some fun. And dude, it was so good. And there's no audience on this one. So I did have one installer that sent a guy, Keith, who was great, super dedicated, also just about died. Like he pops out of this, he pulls up in this vehicle and he's like, yo, hey man, I am so dedicated. I gotta be here. I just gotta see this. I also cracked 2 ribs and I need to go to the emergency room after this, but I am here to learn. And I'm like, and dude, I'm filming and stuff, but he's just hacking and coughing because he's dying literally in front of me. And so we talked, and we had, he's cool, and he learned some stuff. It started to rain, so he's in the beast with me here, and then he's like, dude, I think I'm coughing up liquid. I think I'm gonna go to the emergency room. And I'm like, that's a terrific idea. You should do that, bro. Keith was awesome though. He knows his stuff, and he was really excited, and so I'm glad he came. So then I'm prompting in the dark, and it's just me and the rocks, right, and the beast. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm that was just kind of surreal, like that right there. So I'm chilling.
That's cool.
And the rocks are forming well, and then this dude comes up there because I had some guys over there in the parking lot. This is like way in the middle of no time, right? This dude comes up and he's like, "Hey, dude, what you doing?" And so of course we talk about it, and so then these guys come in and they're tripping and they're having the craziest prompts, man. I bump into folks like this. I did this on the beach once, and they're my favorite because boy, they get reactions. And so you know what he said, which was great. I hope it makes it to the video. He's like, because we're cooking, we pointed a projector, we're prompting, we're playing, having fun. He looks at the truck and he goes, whoa, point, prompt, play. I totally get it, man. This is amazing.
That's awesome.
Oh, dude. So we vibed till like 3 a.m, and then they bailed, and I couldn't help it, man. Just one more. Cause dude, I'm doing some 3D stuff, some physics engines, some waterfalls, and it just looks so stinking good in person. I hope the video translates as good, because in person, these rocks turned into something else. It was such a great experience, right? And I'm literally, that film, you see the light in the background, it's because the sun's coming up. And I'm like, dude, I
Oh,
gotta
wow.
play the show before the sun comes up. So I filmed that. I think it's like 8 minutes worth of content, or 4 minutes, I don't know. And then wrapped that, packed it in, and headed to the next charger. Headed to Dodge City, and then slept for about a few hours in my truck, and I've been going ever since. This is a non-stop trip, I tell you that.
I was excited for you to do this. I mean, it brings me back, you know, I'm going to date myself here, but I remember being a teenager and it was U2 live at Red Rocks. And I probably
Yeah.
watched that recording, I don't know how many times, watched that concert. I wasn't there, of course, but I got to watch that. Hey, we have some questions for you, Ross. Brandon Sanders is asking, is that the same projector that's used like on the Washington Monument?
I doubt it. This is a so this projector is provided by Mevix, which is a sub-brand of Panasonic projector and display division. And we have a press release coming out, but I'm going to say we partner with them, and they're we'll have that press release on Monday. But they have helped us. They're the ones who provided this one that's up here. This is a PT MZ20 something 20K. It's a 20,000 lumen projector. It's a 1 DLP laser projector. And for me, it's been phenomenal. It's a workhorse. And if anybody's going to, I mean, I'm putting it through its paces on buildings every single night. It's transporting around all kinds of crazy heat, and it's just rock starring. I've got 3 different lenses to go with it, like a $7,000 fisheye lens, and then a couple other short, a 1 to 2X, and then a 2 to 4X. So that's what this one is. I believe what they did on the other one was much bigger firepower. In fact, I met that crew at the Infocom in Las Vegas. The company, I think, was Ross is the name of the company. That's why I went to go visit. I'm like, hey, cool name, dudes. And they had some sophisticated technology. That was some $1 million stuff on that. Not what I'm sporting here. More affordable.
So Jesse Gerhardt has an idea, and he said, you know, if you had a building on 3 sides of you, could you program 3 different positions on the turret, and then have a show that then it kind of moves and projects at different times, I guess, on the different buildings.
If I was exceptionally good and can nail that repositioning, which I have to do, by the way, for the upcoming rentals and stuff, I have to bring it back to dead on. And I've got some ideas how to make sure I lock that in. Then hypothetically, yes. It sounds crazy though, but hypothetically, that is a plausible idea, Jesse. Thank you. Hard, yeah, probably a lot, but plausible.
And Wonderland New Orleans, hi Wonderland New Orleans, thanks for joining us, asks, can multiple projectors be used?
Yeah, so in here, I'd really try to get 2 of these on. This is a pretty hefty machine. Maybe one day I can do a double whammy on these, but the Beast can swarm. So we can have a swarm of Beast roll in, and I can put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these things and surround different sides. And they'll all, just like any illumiBot product, that, you know, I designed this from the very beginning. They can all work in concert with each other and change scenes. I think 18 at a time was my record so far. I deployed 18 bots, and I can say on my phone, next scene, and all 18 go right to the next scene and run that. So it's no different. The Beast is just a platform. Instead of having a bunch of scaffolding and running 240-volt power all here and there, man, you just roll up, do what I'm about to do, lock it in, and there you go.
All right. Well, it looks like it's not quite dark yet. You want to jump into some, let's look at the community and stuff?
Yeah, yes, go.
All right, let's do the community spotlight. So we have 2 for you this week. The first one's from Jay Cooley. Jay's been talking about all kinds of stuff this week on the Facebook group. He's been dumping a lot of his stuff onto the community for the prompt section in the app, in the community section. And this one is one of his, I should say, because he's put out a ton of great ones. Haunted Mansion Halloween 26. And let me go back. I thought we had a clip on this, but oh, there it goes. Very
so
cool.
What's really cool about that is that one section is round, isn't it? Like on Jay's.
Yeah, this area here. Can you see that? Can you see
Yeah,
that?
and he made it look square.
Yeah, it looks square. What's also neat about, if you're watching what he's doing, you can see that he's iterating, right? Like you can see the evolution of his prompts because he keeps kind of evolving it each time, and he's shared a ton of it, and he's given his tips and tricks on that. So definitely read some of those prompts. I don't think he's out here right now, but Jay, thank you for all of that. Some great stuff right now.
Yeah, very good.
And then we have Rich Phillips. I thought this was great, and I think we've all been there at one point. He says, I had to force myself to come in at midnight, right? I think when we get our illumiBots set up and you're out there playing, it is hard to come in sometimes. So here is what Rich put together. So we had a little action from Rich Phillips. So very nice. Thank you, Rich, for sharing that out on the Facebook community.
Yeah, I like the black and white with just the one color. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very neat. All right, let's go into prompts of the week. So we have 3 prompts of the week this week. Look, if you're not out there trying this, you really are missing out. Go onto the community tab on the app and check out some of these prompts of the week. And there's plenty more you're going to see in there. Don't forget, there's always a search mechanism. So if you're trying to build a show for a certain theme, say it's Halloween, Christmas, a birthday, use the search mechanism and get your inspiration from others. So we have something frankly fun, something unnatural, and something spine-tingling this week. So from Darren Olson, we have frankly fun. So we had, some dancing hot dogs with top hats, which, I just love. I thought it was great. And some eagles, so a little patriotic. All right, now we're going to get into something unnatural from Rich Phillips. So Warren, I don't know if you remember the movie The Ring. I believe that's from The Ring. It was kind of a creepy movie for sure. So I thought that was great, though. I got it. I understood what that was. I recognized it.
Yeah.
And then we have from Michael Carden. So, AKA White Wolf. If anybody's had any support from illumiBot, you've been interacted with White Wolf. And he puts
White
out...
Wolf is awesome. I'm going to be right back, okay? I'm going to go move something here, and then I'll be right back.
Go for it. So, White Wolf puts out tons, and not only is he helping so many people all the time, but he's putting out tons and tons of prompts into the community. This one caught my eye, and why don't you take a look?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I just love I love the roller coaster in there, and then the 3D kind of skulls coming out at you. So very, very cool stuff. Thank you, Michael, for always sharing so many prompts in the community. And again, folks, if you haven't been doing it, please try and get out there and try some of those prompts. All you have to do is just click try on my projector, and you'll see what it looks like on your surface.
Pretty cool.
Right. And now that brings us to surfaces of the week. All right, we have 2 surfaces of the week. And never mind that, because I didn't change that. But the first one is a car. So here we go. I just thought the paint splatter just looked so cool on that car. So I would have loved to seen that, really live projected. And then the next one is Charlie JP. So Charlie, if you've been watching week over week, this this build out has been growing and growing and growing. I think he may have reached the max for his model setup, but I thought he shared a bunch of photos. I thought this one looked really neat. So again, just some models he's been doing. I think he wants to use those for demo purposes, and he has a lot of fun with them. There's a lot of different things.
I don't think he reached his max yet, though. So.
All right, yeah, maybe not. Yeah,
I think he has more up his sleeve.
So Ross is getting set up. It does look like it's darker. Oh, is he back? Are you back?
Yeah,
Ross?
I'm here. Oh,
fantastic.
Oh,
let's check. What's going on? Check in with you.
Yeah, so they're moving. So there was a car. I had to move some cones out of the way so I get a clean shot of the building. Now I'm firing up the illumiBot and doing the quick setup. It's so great how freaking easy it is to just go. I got this one location. Each place I've been to is now a location in my tabs. So I've got all that stuff. It's kind of neat. I should maybe in the next show I'll showcase that. I'll have 7 more places under my belt. So. Yep.
So will you have that? Like, will it just keep doing that? You'll have like drop pins, basically. Is that what it is?
Well, no. You know how when you go into the location tab, and I hit new location because I want to, like right now I'm on up. I got a bunch of rocks on the screen. I could send that up here, but it wouldn't fit because it's a new target. So I'm just gonna. Man, I wish I could show my screen. I'm just gonna go in and hit new location, and advanced setup, and give it a name. Take a photo, do a little mask or a little pinning, a little mask, and content. I'll throw an American flag on here or whatever. It's got this crazy dome building. Here, let me see. I think I can show you. Yeah, it's got that great dome up there. You can see I'm not getting the crazy lumens on it, but let's see what this does. And it's not fully dark yet either. So
I think it kind of looks like my background, Ross. Look at that crazy dome background.
See if I can match that. That's right. We'll see.
All right. I want to say hi to Lil Roosevelt out on TikTok, and Carlos. Carlos is out here with us as well. So welcome, Raquel Landry. Thank you for always joining us. And
yeah, hey Raquel.
So very nice of you to join. And Jesse Gerhardt's asking, is anyone watching live in Northern California and have an illumiBot or thinking of buying? He's offering a free install in exchange for some media content for his website. So a little plug for Jesse out there.
All right, go Jesse. All Jesse's got the look. There's a magic. Doing demos just is so good. That's the advice when we're training up new installers and getting them ready. We're like, dudes, just do free demos. Do them. And it's fun. Like, go have fun somewhere. Do the demo. And that is your biggest probability of growing a business.
Yeah, well, I mean, you called it out as you're out there, showing it off. You have people just kind of walking up with saying, "What is this?" And they want to try it and they want to use it. Or like the olive you mentioned about the olive, they asked you to come to their business and project on there. It's a showstopper.
And it's crazy because in those I don't even talk about it. Like, okay, well, somebody will get with you. I'm like, I'm just going to have fun. Like, let's just go have fun. But it's just good, man. It's just great. What other thing do you get to do that brings big happy faces all the time? It just does. Oh, and then some frustration, corner pinning. Sorry, but really happy faces. Hey, I got to dip out really quick. I got to go take the photo. Because I'm changing my camera. I'm going to take a photo of the building and then I'll be back in and start cranking content.
All right. So we're going to go back into the segment. We're going to do a little bit of a product focus now. I'm going to bring up my device. We're going to talk about using multiple timelines. So I mentioned this was part of one of the latest releases. And I thought, rather than just kind of talk about it, why don't I just show you very quickly what you can do with this. And what you want to think about is your shows, right? When you're going to make your show, maybe you're making a 3-minute show, a 7-minute show, or if you're like Don Cartier, you're making, 11 or 20-minute shows, and you might want to break that up into manageable chunks, right? Instead of having one single timeline. So what you can do is look at your show and think of it as scenes. and each scene you'd build out a timeline. Well, with the latest, one of the latest updates in the app, you have the ability to export your timelines, your individual timelines or your scenes, and then pull them together into a master timeline that then you can export as a full-blown show. So I'm going to just bring up my phone and we're going to look at this for a second. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into timeline, and I am going to create a new timeline, and this is for the show. Now, what I've done already is, well, before I do that, what I've done already is you can see I have a bunch of timelines, all kinds of stuff I've done in here at one point or another. So when I go and I create this show, this is going to act as my kind of my master show that I'm going to pull them all together. And, you know, as I mentioned last week, if you have multiple bots, across the top, you're going to see I can select, and here, this makes it easier. Well, not my credit cards.
Yeah, can you pull that back up again? So.
Yeah, right. Can I get that number off the screen? So here we go. So we have the front, and we have my garage I can go to over here. So if I'm on the front and I click the star or the plus, you'll see I have my prompts, but I don't want to do that. What I want to do, now this thing is getting in my way, so I'm going to get out of there. All right, what I want to do is delete that. Bring this back. All right, so now when we hit the plus, you'll notice at the top there's prompts, there's uploads, there's purchase where you can get to your Atmos effects artifacts, and then timelines. This is where your timelines, when you export them, will show up. They'll be here. They'll also be in the gallery, but for this use case, we're going to use them from here. You can sort them. I have them sorted by newest first. I can go oldest first by clicking that, and I can select any of these timelines. So I'm going to select this one for my front, and then I'm going to come to the end, and I'm going to hit it again, and I'm going to select my next timeline, and it's going to be this one. And each of these timelines will then eventually build up into my show. And if I need to make an edit to one of them, I can go back, you know, I can go back to the individual timeline. It makes it just much more manageable than dealing with kind of a massive long timeline all in one shot. You do have to export, though, in each timeline, right? You're exporting because that creates the video that then you'll be able to use to project on your house. So when you come into here and then you do all of these, you can build transitions between them. You can use the AI transitions, and then you click save just like you would any individual timeline, and you export it. And now you'll have the full show. So again, it's just a way to help you build your shows in an easier way, especially when you're doing longer ones, in a more concise way that you can do kind of nugget size buildings of the show. And let's see. So let's see some of the questions. Timeline update was awesome. That from Brian Moore. The addition. There you go. I'll put that on there. It was awesome, and it helps putting the shows together. Yes, absolutely.
So, Sal, the old way was you had to download the exported timeline, right, and then upload it, right?
Yeah, you would download, you would save it locally to your phone, and it's a great point, right? I would come in here like this Tesla Lab, and then I still have my dot going. Here we go, and then I would go in here and I would open it up, and then I would download, right? I'd click that and I download it locally. Then I would go to the timeline and I'd upload it, and it was just, as Ross likes to say, it was friction. And we're trying to remove all the friction from what you're trying to do with illumiBot, right? Build your shows.
That's nice.
So,
I like that.
Yeah. So and then I know I was asked on here, do I like to export locally or in the cloud? And what I'll say is it depends. If it's a 10-second clip, I'll do it locally. If it's a 10-minute show, then I'll do it in the cloud. And I'll do it in the cloud because it won't take up all the resources on my phone. And in the cloud, it'll compile it much faster, and then I can move on and do the next thing that I want to do. So it's up to you. Of course, doing it in the cloud costs a few tokens to do that. But it is faster. You can leave the app if you want and go do something else, take a phone call or what. So you just have that flexibility. So.
And Sal, we did it that way for that reason. You don't want to tie up your phone for a long time, and it gets hot, and it really works that processor. But sometimes, but it's a lot faster, and so we can leverage our servers, which cost us money, which is why it costs tokens, to just do all that work for you. But if it's little easy stuff, then just let your phone do all the work, and then it doesn't cost you anything. You own your phone, so that's why we did that.
It's nice having the option for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Ross, I'm loving that view. I'm going to tell you. That you might want to put your camera up a little bit.
Thanks. That's the crotch cam,
Crotch cam. There you go.
That was free. You're welcome, everybody. Yeah. Sorry, right. I'm trying to see the building right here, which is right behind the screen, because I just finished corner pinning. Got it all lined up. I'm just doing my final mask, and then I can start going big time on this building.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, we'll keep trucking along here. So let's get into some tips and tricks. So the first one is a community tip, and that is when you're looking at it in the community spot of the app, and I'll show you this. And we've talked about it before, but again, I'm trying to be sure that we show you things and not just talk about it. So when you're looking in the and I'll bring this back up. When you're looking in the community tab of the app, and by the way, you can sort it in different ways, right? You can also come in here and say new posts or liked posts or your favorited posts in here. But when you're going through here and you see an animation like this one from Michael Carden, right here, when you go and you click try it on my projectors, there's one thing you want to do before that, because what happens is remember the workflow here. You're going to generate a static image first, and then you're going to animate it. So when you're, and this only happens when you're on an animation, but when you're in the animation, click the little, at the prompt here, click the little icon to copy it. And you see it says copied to clipboard, because what you're seeing here on the screen, this prompt is the animation prompt. When you click try it on my projector, that is going to be the static prompt that you're going to generate. Okay, so now I would say, generate 3, create 3 on my projectors. It's creating 3, and when one of those finishes, now I can paste in the animation prompt that the community user used. Okay, so it's subtle, but it is something that maybe isn't apparent to everybody. So I thought I would share that, with you all.
Yeah.
Right. And now go back. The next tip is from Warren Zendano. So Warren, why don't you take this one for me?
Sure. Do you have any of those slides?
I do.
So this was just an experiment. So my house is all brick, and it's red brick. It's horrible to project on. I do have this one little section here that I'm kind of using. It's vinyl, and it still has a lot of texture to it as well, along with this window. So a lot of times what I have problems with is there's a lot of, like, corner pitting is harder because you need to try to line up all these little like fake shingles that are on here. And there's times where I don't want the window to be used. And I had a lot of frustrations because it kept on wanting to use the window no matter what I prompt. So what I did is I downloaded the base image, the one I used for the location here. I went into ChatGPT and I colorized it. So one method was just to make it like white. But for last week's challenge, I was trying to do like line art, a neon line art effect, and I wanted a black background. So I decided to make it black to see if that would help with my animations. Now, You probably could still get away with just saying that you want a black background in your prompt without doing that. But this is something that it kind of ensures it. So it's just a little tip if you want to try to do something like I did, or you want to eliminate a window. So this way, when you build your prompts and it generates the images, it doesn't know there's a window there, and it won't even try to do anything with the window.
So I do something similar with my garage door. My garage door has a bunch of little windows, and I showed this on one of the tips where I removed all those windows. And the reason why I did it was, look, I can corner pin it fine, and it looks perfect in my location image. But AI sometimes, some of the things it would generate would try to match the window, and it would mess it up sometimes. So I said, you know what? If I just remove the windows from my garage door, then it'll just think it's a flat surface, and it'll just generate across them, which, you know, it's the use case, right? It's what do you want to do? Do you want that window to show and be cut out around it, or do you want it to go away? And real quick, I want to show everybody, let me take this away. Let me put this back up. So what Warren's talking about, I don't know if everybody realizes this, but if you go into your location and you go where you uploaded your photo, and if you click on the photo to view it, you can download this, right? I can download the photo. And if I want, I can upload that photo there as well, the same one I downloaded, right? And I can, so that's what he did. He downloaded, and you want to use the one that's in the app, right? You want to download that exact same photo. If you're going to modify it, that is, modify it, re-upload it if you were going to do it there. Now, you didn't do that, right? You uploaded it into your prompt, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yeah, and just one thing on your point here. I mean, you can upload your own photo, so you already have the photo. So sometimes you don't need to do what you just mentioned. But if you're going to use the auto corner pinning, where it's taking pictures on the fly, that's right, where this really comes into handy, because then you can download what it took for the auto corner pinning. So that's a good option. Now, for what you just said, yeah, my line art animation started. The effect was I wanted to have it draw an image, and so I wanted it to start with a blank canvas. So I did. So I took the image that you see there and uploaded it into the prompt section, and then used that as my base to do the animation on.
And we can show the result that you got. So let's do that. And again, this showed up on one of the streams for one of the challenges. And I thought this was just really amazing. I thought this looked really neat. So well done.
Thank you.
And this is this, by the way, is projected on his house. This is not shown in the app, which I asked him to do because I was like, I really want to see what this looks like. But you can see the black really, like you can't see the window. I mean, you can kind of see it slightly, but it's not emphasized at all. And all of the images just really pop. So
yeah, it almost looks as dark as the roof line to the right of it a little bit. You know, it's like I was really impressed with that.
Yeah. So great stuff. So again, and there was somebody else last week who also did something with black, and they had similar things. It was like a globe. Mm-hmm. So I thought, you know, this was interesting. I wanted to have Warren come on. Appreciate you sharing all of this, Warren, with the community. I know you even shared the prompt, if I recall, in the community
yes,
as well.
Yes.
So great stuff.
Thank you.
All right. And then the final tech tip for this evening. This is actually from support. This is from White Wolf, and I got this from hearing him talk about this, or hearing others talk about him mentioning it. So if you're going to move your bot to different projectors, or try different projectors with it, make sure to go in and unlock the resolution in update resolution when moving between them, and that'll save you a lot of heartache. And what I mean by that is, if let's get this off of the stage. And if I go back to this real quickly, and I go into one of my locations, right? Let's just go in here, and I go to the cogwheel, I can go and update resolution right here. And I have it turned off here because I used this the other night. But you want to make sure that's off if you're going to move between projectors. If you're going to stay with one projector, leave it locked in. Once you have your resolution locked in at where you want it and you have that slider on, right, it'll stay locked. So that's just a quick tip that'll save you a lot of time if you're playing and using different projectors. All right. So we're going to go back to Ross. Ross, how are you making out?
Dude, I am. Oh, that looks dope. How does that look? So now I'm in fun mode, bro. Technicals was pretty quick, and I mean I haven't even animated. Now I'm starting to throw giant great white sharks with American flags on them, flag draped sharks. All my prompts, by the way, are American flag. They're like, do this with an American flag, do that with an American flag, or red, white, and blue, or something like that. I can tell I'm looking at the physics. I want to tell it to morph and be, this is a round building, so it will behave that way. Let me show you. It's kind of windy out here.
That's interesting. So you're actually telling the AI, it's not just taking the image and realizing it, you're instructing it as well.
Well, it helps, right? Sometimes it'll pick it up on the nuance. Oh, it is windy out here, but I think that's a little windy. Little too. I want the subtle wind, so I'm gonna hit the app here, change the flag animation, and it should, that little yellow says it should hit now. Oh, now, there we go.
There it goes. Oh, wow. Look at that pop. Wow.
Yeah. Can you see the motion in the flag now that it's in the breeze and it's.
Yes, we can.
Every one of these I've done in person, it really actually looks like there is a giant tent flag on the building. Like the building is covered in an American flag.
That looks great.
That is very neat. And it's a windy night there, so it makes complete sense that it would be one like that.
I felt the truck just kind of jolt a little bit, like, dude, I didn't know if someone was hopping in the back or no, it was just a jolt of wind.
Awesome stuff.
So yeah, it's fun time for me. I've got a crowd here, so I'm about ready to go hang with them, and we're gonna open mic it and do some America on this building and have a blast.
All right. Well, look, the last thing we have on our end is the weekly challenge stuff. Do you want me to jump into that, or do you want to show more on the building?
No, go ahead. Let me get some more animations cooking, then I'll show a few more on the building to share with our viewers, and then I'm gonna go let them have at it. I love when they get creative, they paint it. And all these that I'm doing I'm cheating from all my other visits, all my other stops. I'm just going down my history and says, run that one, run that one, run that one. So I'm taking prompts from America and popping them on other buildings in America. And then I'm going to get new ones from them. And I'm just going to keep, by the time I make it to you in Jersey, which I'm seeing you in Jersey soon, I'll have a load of prompts that we can have some fun with.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, keep going. Here we go. All right, gang, it's that time. Last week's challenge was the transition challenge. The transition challenge was, build a show using 3 different transitions, make it less than 40 seconds in length. Now, gang, you're going to be voting on the winner of this challenge. A couple of things. One is, again, I told you the rules of it, right? Transitions you're looking for in less than 3 seconds. And then beyond that, there's another nuance to this. If the person projected on an actual surface and didn't just do it in the app, then there is 2,000 tokens at stake. If they just did it in the app, it's 1,000 tokens. So here we go, the transition challenge from last week.
Just for you, run to lighting, light up the night.
Very cool.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and
All right, gang. So now's the time. Now is the time we've been waiting for. You have 4 choices to go with. Please, in the chat, I'm going to ask that you simply text or chat the number of the video you like the best, and we'll tally them up. No words, just numbers. No names, just numbers. All right. And we're watching. All right. Can I say all of them? Of course you can say all of them. And as always, thank you to everyone who submitted a challenge. We do appreciate it. Thank you for playing along and sharing your work. All right. So I am going to take a look at this and try and capture all of these numbers. So let's see. We've got a 3. We've got Warren. We've got a 4. Carlos. So yeah, Warren was 3. Yes. Okay. Wonderland. Just once, everyone. All right. And then 4 again. We got another 4. We got a 2. And then we've got another 3. And another 3. And 4. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork now. All right. 3. All right. And I think that's it. All right. And I'm checking TikTok just to see. Warren, you won again. Warren won again. Congratulations, Warren. So
Go,
Warren. You're going to get 1,000 tokens because that one.
I didn't try on my house.
You didn't get outside with it, but hey, man, amazing. Looked like a commercial as far as I was concerned. Very cool. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And we're going to pull this out.
I could use the tokens for sure.
All right. So now let's go to the next week's challenge. So next week's challenge, gang, next week's challenge is the black and white challenge. So sometimes we do these challenges where we're trying to get you to use a feature of the app. And sometimes it's just about seeing how creative you can get with it. So the black and white challenge is about building a show monochrome only. So just black and white, less than 40 seconds in length. Post your results on Facebook, tag illumiBot. And again, what's at stake? 1,000 tokens if you simply post what you did in the app, 2,000 tokens if you actually project it on your house and record it and post that. All right. So looking forward to seeing what you create. Great stuff. All right, Ross, back to you.
All right. Let's do this. So and then we'll wrap it up for me. I'm going to take my app. I had my light off, so see, I have generated a bunch of animations, and I'm gonna take you outside. It's gonna be windy as a mug. Oh wait, let me see if I can do this. You can see them out here taking photos. Okay, is that okay? How's your view?
Yeah, I can see it.
Centered up?
Yes, looks
That
good.
was cool.
All right.
That was
all right.
good.
Okay, here we go.
Very sharp.
Well, that is a black and white. So for your thing, this is a black and white, and you can see, in fact, while we're here on this black and white, let me just, I said dramatic tattoo style, and then I did all my prompt black and white, right? So if I just jam through here, there's that one. This is great. The problem about, yeah.
Do you have a feel, Paul Andrews asked, do you have a feel for how wide that building is that you're projecting on by any chance?
I'm hitting on probably 60 feet, no, about probably 70 feet worth. The building's wider, but I didn't take all the edges because I'm leaning on wow factor. I want that wow factor to pop. So here's where you go deeper blacks, and then the whites just really pop off the walls. And in this tattoo style gives you such ornate, like in between, like a tattoo would. The problem with these is like, which one do I use? This building is so freaking good, by the way, because all of the shapes, the dome, I've never done a dome like that, and it's just killing it. I want to do some real psychedelic stuff on the, I have a feeling I'm so dead tired, but man, I'm going to be here till, like they said on the thing, it's easily going to be midnight, 1, 2 in the morning before I wrap this up. I'm just, going like this. Okay, so that was my black and white. Let's go. I'm going to go to gallery mode, video, and all my rendered videos. So here's one where this is from St. George. Someone came up and says, give me a America Starry Night version. Van Gogh Starry Night.
Oh, Van Gogh, my favorite. Awesome. Let's see it.
All right. Play. Come on. Play. There we go. And are we getting
I see it on the top. You can see it on the top.
Little, just kind of just kind of not really a lot of great motion on that at all.
There it is.
So I'll rerun that. I have a bunch of still images. Okay, that one's not ready. Okay, this one is ready. Oh, here's one that's really fun. If you haven't tried this on your animation, make whatever you want and then instruct it to do a spotlight effect, right? So check this out. There's my building. It goes dark. And now you got this spotlight. Look at the shadows being cast. Those are not real shadows. That's not. And so you can create a searching spotlight kind of effect. That is one of my favorites.
That's neat. I'm writing that down. I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah. Spotlight effect is a cool, just prompt it. Here comes my little shark action. I don't know why he's going backwards. Maybe the water current. I love aquariums on buildings. All right, this one's better. All right, here we go. I used a different engine for this. I don't know why Aleph is popping up first, but that offends me. I want to get rid of that. There you go. That looks so good in person. I can't wait. When I get out of the truck, it looks even better. Got lights in here. Dude, I'm gonna hit extend animation. There's a feature where you can do an animation. Then if you love one and you want to go from 8 to 16 or 10 to 20, I'm gonna probably triple extend this and just make a nice little aquarium loop. That one's just stunning. Everyone's out here taking video and photo, and that makes me happy. Oh, this one's Aleph. Okay, I don't even know why Aleph's in the queue. Watch what it did here. Do you like it? I don't.
No, and you might have to check what version of the app you're on, because that was for a while Aleph, but now it goes back to defaulting to Minimax.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you might want to just check your version. Oh, look at that.
Look, if you're driving by and it's Christmas time and your big building looks like this, seriously, right? You can have an ordinary, or you can have a gingerbread fortress. Look at that cookie on top, man. Oh, I'm so happy that I got to do a round dome building. I'm doing all these crazy, interesting shaped things. It's fun.
Yeah,
right,
I'm so jealous. I mean, 31 days of projecting on different things. 31 days. I know,
right?
31 days of generating new prompts. I mean, Man,
I told my
you
wife
are
that
pro.
she was wise. You know, I offered her to come. She's like, I'm not stupid. And she's right, dude. This is like go, go, go nonstop work. For me, it's fun. For her, it'd be like full on torture because, you know, she doesn't do all that stuff. And
Right.
so she's wisely waiting till I come home. So I like the first one. But for me, you know, you hear the sound, by the way?
Yeah, we're getting something there. Yeah, for sure.
Here, let me turn off my noise canceling. All right. Can you hear that any better?
Yeah, we can hear kind of like a rumble. I guess it's maybe the rumble of the water.
It's the water rumble. So this one is Veo with sound. And in fact, if I had rolled down my windows, they could hear. Usually I throw like a America 250 soundtrack. And
I like the water fountain. That's cool.
hey, I'm almost ready and then we're going to do it. All right, guys. This one is also animated. It's loading.
Yeah, just like, but they're locked into it. It's not month by month. It's like you have to rent it for 2 years, or you're
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like a waterfall, right? Looks like.
Yeah, it was a waterfall. Here we go. Let's throw a little firework. Got to throw some fireworks. Dude, the sound effects on these fireworks is great on my truck. Or the site from illumiBeast.
Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that turned out
Beautiful.
Oh, I've got one more. I tried a bunch of different engines to see who's given me a better firework effect. And I like that first one compared to this one. This one's interesting. Here we go.
she needs to pay a deposit.
No sound on this one.
She has animals, but yeah, which you just go on.
Yeah. This one's that first
Yeah,
one's better.
Some
And
give
then-
you sound and some don't.
This one's get sound. I think I like, so this is another flag animation, and then I'll do one more. I always like to end up on the flag. This one's very windy.
I love it. It looks so real.
It does. It's just, and then here is this is one I'll keep, and I'll put the heart on it. I've already done it. And we'll leave it here.
Hey, there you go.
Guys, thank you so much. Thanks for joining tonight. Sal, anything else?
No, I just want to say thank you to Warren for joining us, for being on with us tonight.
Thanks,
We'll bring
Warren.
you back on the
Yeah,
screen.
thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
And thanks to the community for, again, community challenge and for always joining us on the live streams. Thank you, Ross, for always having me.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Sal, thanks for just doing a killer job. Everybody keep prompting and sharing in the community so we can copy what you're doing and put it out there. And as always, man, I cannot wait to see what you create. Catch you next time.
Sounds good. See you Sunday.
See you
Bye,
Sunday.
everyone.
Later.